Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. This is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the afternoon swing trading floor with your humble host, Jeremy Alexander, introducing with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding you if you love life, live life, and trade it. What is up, team, folks and friends, family from around the entire world? How are you doing? Hope you're doing great. Hope life is treating you superb and spectacularly. I'm sure it is. Matt said he learned a new word today, scrumdiddlyumptious. Great word. Enrico said just had dinner here in Italy. Nice, man. I have not had dinner yet. I have an interesting evening schedule, though. Anybody wants to take it over for me, just let me know. You're going to be putting some miles on the bike. Jose said, I've seen you more today than my wife. Oh, that's pretty funny. That's good. That is good. Well, your wife can't be jealous. I mean, look at this face. She is perfectly safe. All righty. Let's check out the SPY and the broader markets. So first and foremost, this daily chart, what you're noticing is you have interacted bearishly on the SPY with the 100 simple on the daily. And if we come over to the weekly, you have also interacted a little bearishly with the 100 simple on a weekly chart. Does my conspiracy theory prove true? Is this the spot where we start breaking down? And the answer is it could be. It would actually be too easy if it is. I don't expect it to be like, this is it. This is it. It's going to go from here. This is the exact high, and we roll back over. I would love if that happens, by the way. I just don't think it is. But I'm in bearish. I got some bearish positions. And if it rolls down, great. This is an evening star reversal, last 3 days. And today is a new black crow candle. So if we do get some bear plays, you could get some quick little selling and you can make some bear money. I mean, hey, even if it's quick or fast, I like fast money. I like quick money, but I also like slow money. I just like money in general because of all the things it can do for people in the world. Here's the Qs. And what you'll notice is the Qs barely closed down today, but we did interact with the 100 on the daily. You have a lower low and lower high. This can easily turn into a flag pattern and we just crush higher from here. That's definitely possible. My short everything price is all threes, although I don't necessarily expect that to happen. It could, but that's where I will get 10 out of 10 bearish, even if it's for a week, even if it's just in case. I think there's a lot of reasons why it could go lower at that price, but we'll see. I mean, we can easily go higher. Swing trades, if you're playing stuff bullish, great. If you're playing stuff bearish, great. If you're day trading, I mean, day trading's been phenomenal. Phenomenal. Really, really good volatility. Some great movement. 200 simple on a weekly. Over here. Just over here for a second. Okay, 200 simple on a weekly is now 267.16. 267.16. There we go. 50 EMA on a monthly, just in case I need to update this. I don't think I do. I do. 275.51. 275.51. So we're inching up these lines. And the little blue line is where, again, like that was the pre-market low of the CPI numbers that, again, weren't great. The market's like, what? Inflation? Who cares? Not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Get out of here. And we just crushed ever since that. I mean, it was interesting because, again, everyone kind of thought big CPI number will be bad, and it was, and the market gapped down and then just got bought up immediately. So interesting to see how that kind of played out. That was fun. But here's the good news. Market doesn't care what you think or me. just play it accordingly. Play the strategies that you have. Play supports, play resistances, play your levels, lose small, win big, and create your plan based on what you want to do and where. And if you're like, Newsom, I'm brand new, I have no idea how to do that, give it some time. I had a really good question. Someone asked me yesterday, Jeremy, how long would it take for me to trade full time? I'm ready to start tomorrow. How long would it take? And my reply was, how long would it take you, starting today, to replace your income from your job playing tennis? Because whatever answer is, it's going to be the exact same answer. Right? It's no different. It's a job. It's a career. Yeah, for real. I mean, if you guys started playing tennis right now, how long would it take you to make as much money as you make at work? Or a livable wage? So Yates says tennis 1,000 years. I feel like I want to make a bet with Yates about tennis. Oh man. All right. So that's the broader markets team. Let's go look at some individual stocks. A lot of you all requested this. This is in mode INMD. And what's nice about this is this was kind of the drawing. I know our boy Thomas has some INMD, and this one's just been slowly creeping up. We haven't had a bigger dip yet, which is fine, and we don't have to, but it did break above that 100 and had a really, really good gap on earnings. We did kind of break above, so it looks good. I mean, we've been keeping a close eye on this one. There's been some really, really good volume, and this was a very telling tale on INMD. Two things. Look at this chart because it's really, really pretty. So number one, it was down 78%, which is a little bit of a lot. Number one. And number two, is there anything else that looks intriguing? Is there anything else that stands out? Like, ow, this is interesting. What do you guys think? Anything else? Okay, double bottom. Yep, all that's true. Gap and go. All that's true. Edward, shh, stop giving out the right answer. Stop being the smartest person in the room. Give someone else a chance. So Edward, ladies and gentlemen, is our resident rocket scientist, propulsion expert. He's smarter than you. That's kind of what I'm getting at. If you want two smart people, him and Thomas in the room, they could fix all the world's problems. That's just my opinion. That's how highly I think of you and Thomas, by the way, Ed. If you guys got in the same room, you would just solve whatever problem that needs to be solved. All right, here's the answer. You ready? Here it goes. Volume. That's the answer you're looking for. Look at the volume. We were down 77%, and look at the spike of volume. Yes, you did have a gap and go right here. That was a nice gap, absolutely, but just look at the volume. Rico says small volume at downtrend as well, isn't it? Yeah, precisely. So if you're looking at all this volume, that volume was pretty minimal. Volume is a very, very telling signal. Very telling. Type in a 7 if you want me to show you a trade that I played just based on volume. Made really good money. All I did was look at volume. Very similar to this type of trade. I didn't play this one. In mode, this is all Thomas. Thomas Wong is over there printing money on this one. All right. Let's go look at it really quick. It was CHWY. And this is going to be very obvious to you when I show it to you, but I did talk about this in the swing trade room at length for like 45 minutes. Not exactly. It was like 4 minutes, a good solid 4 minutes back in June. And I was just talking all about it. All right. So here we go. I did play this. I got really lucky. Made some good money on it. It was nice. George says the $35 call. Those are the ones, baby. I sold them too early, but they doubled. So I can't, I should have just kept them. Anyway. All right. Here's the weekly chart. Notice anything? Now, again, this was a layup, but sometimes every now and then layups happen. So what's special about this? Biggest volume ever. Yes, that's the correct answer. Biggest volume ever. Do you notice how it's literally the largest volume spike in history? Where is it occurring, by the way? Is it occurring at a special spot of any kind, any significant location? Maybe, the support that it's, maybe support. Also, is CHWY down a little bit? A lot of it. Yep. It was down 80%. Okay. So all those things are facts. Very, very big volume. And it was what type of gap? It was a gap and go. That was just ice cream, sprinkles on the flavor. Sprinkles. Crystal says in volume means a lot of shares being gotten. Does. It's a good word. A lot of people buying shares. If you have a lot of people buying something, it's good. So anyway, volume is very key. Focus on volume for sure. All right. This one, nothing happening with this. I'm keeping an eye on this again because of volume, but it doesn't look like it's going to do very much. Earnings is right around the corner. I didn't get triggered into this trade, so we'll just move on and come back to that one later, maybe. All right. Albertsons. I got to set up on Albertsons. It's coming. Here we go. We're about to set up a trade on Albertsons. Hi, my name's Albert, and I shop exclusively with Albertsons. Do you have your Albertsons card? Would you like to save 5% on pumpernickel bread? All right. 2709 by 2509. We made pennies playing this thing short. Absolute pennies. But now we're about to make some dollars. Who wants to make some dollars? Rico says, is this one a good spot for a 10 EMA swing on a swing trade? I mean, I think so. Bullish swing trade. Enrico likes this trade so much, he is calling it a good spot for a 10 EMA swing strategy. Strategy. I like the volume, location, candle, company, pumpernickel bread. Get that discount. I'm being ridiculous. Oh, man. And I did have my nap today, too. I did. It was a solid nap. Solid 19-minute nap. All right. Mario says, lucky. It's got to be something, man. Jason's very close to getting off of that Bali time frame, but it hasn't happened yet. He's still on it for sure. Okay, ACI, let's set it up. 2709. Stop loss at 2579. Brian says, training for an Ironman, you need sleep. Yeah, man. That's a true story. I don't know what I did by signing up for that. That was not smart. New swing trade. Okay, there we go. Got it. Next on the watch list, OXY. Now, what's interesting about OXY is we did set this up as a bearish swing trade here. Bull candle closing below the 10. We shorted there with a stop loss there and got stopped out. And then a few days later, bear candle closing above the 10. Type in a 4 if that is the first bear candle closing above the 10 EMA. Appropriate that you guys are typing in 4s because that is accurate. It is. That's the first one. So a few traders got in bullish there with a stop loss there, and they're still in it, expecting it to potentially ride up a little bit higher. If you are in that situation, makes tons of sense to me. What you could also do, I think, is probably attempt to just rebuy it again off of the blue line, aka the 100 simple moving average. Look to maybe buy the pullback and see if it bounces. But it does look pretty cute and interesting and entertaining. So if you're playing it, that looks nice. The longer it compresses, the better the breakout could be. But just keep in mind, even though these are bear candles, they're not the first. Trade could still work good, especially not saying this is going to happen at all. But if tomorrow we opened above 66.30, this would be one of my main day trades to focus on. And by the way, keep that in mind. Being part of the afternoon room means you can request any stock that you want, right? Especially if you signed up for the all access pass, you have access to Slack. You can come in here and you can be like, yo, Newsom, look at this. And you could be whatever stock you want, right? And when you say, hey, Newsom, go look at this, I'll look at it. And if I tell you, hey, this is what I would do, blah, blah, blah. And then, oh, if it does this, then do this. Those are gifts. Might as well take them. Got to be here for it, but why not? Take advantage of it. It can be me, it could be Yates, it could be Matt, it could be Robert Thompson, it could be Dan Jansen, it could be Johnny Guarco. We have an amazing team of individuals who are all here for the same purpose, the same mission, to enrich lives. We have some traders who are bullish on Ford. I'm not one of those traders. I don't play Ford, but beautiful move. Enrico, type a 9 into the chat pane if you can clearly see bear candle closing above the 10 EMA. It's a great strategy to start with, right? Nice entry above there, good stop below there, and nice move. Richard says, please look at Johnson Controls. I will put that on the list for tomorrow. Ticker symbol JCI. I bet you didn't know what ticker I knew what it was, but fortunately for you, I've memorized 85% of all tickers. Tony says, I added a collar to Ford on Friday. Nice. Beautiful. No, sorry, not Friday. Today. I read F and today is Friday. You like that, Tony? What is the strike of your options? Richard says, I'm impressed. Yes. Whoa. Whoa. Alligator shoes. Oh, wow. 18 and 14. There was money at 18 for Ford. Wow. All right. 18 and 14. All right. Beast mode. $5, 5 calls cost 165. Shouldn't cost you anything if you get into a good caller. Should be a net credit, not debit. But either way, you got your covered call, you got your protective put. Got it. All right, my man. Let's see what happens. When's this expire, by the way? My girl, there she is. Renee Poole says, I've been in a real life trading community for over a year. It definitely pays, worth the price. It pays for itself. I highly recommend. Thanks, Renee. It's really good, team. It is. It's worth the money. If you like trading, if you like the markets, if you like being a part of really great people. Quick little fun fact, since we're just talking about harmless self-promotion. if you want to come to Nashville, Tennessee, we are having a technical analysis. I heard rumors of a potential backtraining marathon. I heard rumors, but sorry, the site's running. I think this is my computer, not the website. But we do have a Nashville retreat, beginner friendly, September 4th through the 7th, if you want to come to Nashville. So it's pretty cool if you want to come. If you haven't come to Nashville, do it. If you haven't been to a retreat before, do it. It's great. A lot of fun. Edward says, I'm waiting for the Vegas one. So the Vegas will be President's Day, February. All right, cool. Got you, Tony, on the charts. Thanks for letting me know about your caller. I appreciate it. Best of luck, sir. Meta Platforms is still hanging out support. It's holding support. Keep in mind, this is a good buying spot. So I know I mentioned that, like, if it doesn't hold, it'll be weak, but it can go higher. So if you're buying Meta long-term, good spot for it. It's a good buy low, sell high, all the things. Buy here, have a trigger here for protective puts. Enrico says, how would you call the 3 candle pattern? No real specific name for this. It's called like a compressionary sideways move. Today technically is an inside day candle, but yeah, you could call this a pennant pattern. Will says, is there a schedule for the Nashville retreat? You know, if I click on this, I wonder what it says. I don't know if there's a schedule on here. That's a good question. Is there a schedule? Why is it running so slow? It has to be my computer. I'm sure it is. Is there a schedule? Probably not. I don't really post a lot of schedules. I'm like, it'll be good. Nope, no schedule on the website. It'll be good though. That's my sales pitch. I'm not not the greatest of salesmen when it comes to trading stuff, because it's easy. It's just like, show up. It'll be really good, or not. If it's terrible, I'll give you your money back. You know, I don't know. It's good. I've been doing it for a long time. I told someone the other day, years ago, the way I did trading retreats is I said, hey, just show up. It's free. I've paid for everything. There's no downside. Just be there. People are like, okay. And then I was there for 5 days, and all I did was just trade our faces off until their computers broke. And then I just left. Like, all right, see you later. I did that for years. Anyway, Meta, good spot, good location. You got Will all excited about coming to Nashville to hang out. Roku. Oh, my goodness. Talk about trapped bears. Whoo. Let me zoom out on Roku for a second. I think John Alonzo called this fade too. So it's not the biggest volume of all time on Roku, but it is top 20. And it's top 10 biggest bear volume of all time. Top 10 biggest bear volume in history. And the very, very next day, we broke above it, squeezing it out. What's the name of this individual candlestick right here, boys and girls? There's a name to that. Zach Johnson got it. Anyone else want to take a stab? Crystal's nailing it. Enrico's just crushed it. Jeff Hall's got it. Yates says moneymaker. Yep. Beautiful hammer-ish candle. That's right. Just spectacular. I mean, that's really what dreams are made out of right there. Little upper shadow. You guys see the little upper shadow? I mean, this is like a ball peen hammer. This is exactly what I need for a project in my house. You got a bunch of trap sellers right above there. It's just a remarkable, just a thing of beauty. I mean, that's a good $10 a share move from here to here. That is $10 per share. Imagine you bought 1,000 shares. 10 grand. What would you buy with 10 grand? Go ahead and write into the chat pane. What would you do? If you made 10 grand in 2 days, what are you doing with it? What would I do? 10 grand in 2 days. If I made 10 grand, so 2 hours. What do I need to do right now? Oh yeah, I'd finish my bathroom renovation. Duh. That's what I'm working on. I'm chipping away. Buy the worst house on the block when you buy it. This thing was essentially falling apart, and doing a bathroom reno right now. Brian says college fund. Edward says vacation with the wife. Trip to Europe, says Kelly. Jordan's going to buy some Google. David's going to buy some other assets. Doug's coming to Nashville. Rico, upfront payment for a beach house. Nice. George. Love it. Tony's going to buy some mentorships. Ray's going to do some tennis lessons. That's right. It's a lot of tennis. Team, money will come when you know what it's for. That's the truth. If you know it needs to do it. Zach's going to put some more money towards a school in Honduras. I love it. By the way, Zach, tell your perfect wife I said hello. All right, here's Datadog. Datadog is in a channel, and earnings is right around the corner. I don't know what's going to happen on Datadog. No clue. So I'm going to stay away, and we'll find out what happens on earnings. I mean, there's no real premium for an iron condor, so this is just a wait and see. Let me put this on the list for Friday. And we'll come look at Datadog on Friday. But right now, today, it's just nothing really special. KP says, what would you do on Roku now? Wait for right now. It just filled its retest gap. So give it 3 or 4 days, let it consolidate, and then we can play it again later. Yeah, it already had its $10 move. So give it 3 or 4 days. We'll come back and look at it again later. Let it consolidate and then pop higher. But it's at a nice buying spot. People are definitely trapped. Okay. Making good time. Microsoft down 1% today. Interesting gap on Microsoft. Really good spot. So this weekly chart, nice move. Justin's Maxwell's put sale barely expired worthless. Well, it hasn't expired worthless yet, but he's probably going to buy it back. I had to guess. So good job, Justin. We're here. If the market rolls over, we will know why. That is a neckline, head and shoulders retest. This is it. So again, I don't know if you can poke its head a little bit higher and then start breaking down, but we're here. I mean, if we start getting some bearishness, I will know why. We had a huge bullish month in last month, and now we're interacting with, you guys see how the 10 EMA on a monthly is kind of like compressing this as a little bit of a resistance. Type in a 2 if you can kind of see that. Yeah. So that's good to kind of, again, that's when you're pulling up those different moving averages and you're looking at it and you're just kind of seeing what's going to happen. You can kind of just watch them. So you're going to take notes of those, keep an eye on them. I'm not saying go all out bearish on Microsoft. All I'm saying is if you have shares, get into a collar, watch for a bearish move, keep an eye out for a day trade. You got some support, you got some resistance, let it chop around, but there's some weakness up here. Ethereum. Beautiful, beautiful testing this 100. I had a theater guy come over today because I want to upgrade my theater room too. And it was really funny. We were having a conversation, and you know how they are. I mean, well, I say they. I mean, like people that come over to your house and they want to, sell you stuff. I get it. Please sell me everything all the time. So when he got here, he was talking about upgrades and like, oh, you can get a new projector, you could get a new screen, we could get you a new chair. These lights suck, right? All the things. And I was like, hey man, here's the deal. So we're connecting to the Wi-Fi on the theater for the projector to make some settings. And you guys all know if you had to guess, my network Wi-Fi name is Real Life Trading, right? And the password to my Wi-Fi is very stock market related as well. So he's like, "Oh, are you a trader?" And I was like, "I dabble." And he said, "Do you know anything about crypto?" And I was like, I've been in, I know what crypto is. I've heard of it." And so he starts telling me his crypto story. And, later in the day, he's talking about the upgrades and how much everything costs. And I was like, "Hey man, give me the Ethereum is down 70% package right now. And when Ethereum goes up to 7,000, call me and we'll have an entirely different conversation." I was like, he was like, "Oh, bro, I get it. It makes sense. I totally understand where you're coming from." I'm like, "Hey, I'm just being honest. I'm going to buy some stuff from you, but just give me the Ethereum is at 1,000 conversation. Send me that invoice of the things that send me that proposal," which is like 2 new things, it's like whatever. And then when it goes, so anyway, it was kind of funny. It's like, "I got you, bro. I understand. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying." So it's going to be a while, I think, for, Ethereum to return to great lands, but buy low, sell high, give it some time, let it hang out, let it do its thing. It's definitely low. That 100, it's fighting that 100 very nicely, very, very nicely. And I think the next 48 hours will have a lot of tell, because right now we're retesting this resistance. This is also a flag pattern. And if it breaks below that candle, I'm pretty confident we'd have a flush back down to 1,300. So we'll keep a close on it. We'll see what's going on, but I'm still accumulating this asset. I'm still buying it on a weekly basis. Buy low, sell high. I love buying some at 1,000, and it can make a new low. That's extremely, extremely possible. I don't want it to, but it very well can. AMD had earnings and it's gapping down. It slammed into the weekly 100 simple on a weekly chart. And tomorrow's going to be very, very fun for my day traders. Mike Teague, I hope you get a good night's sleep tonight, bro. It's going to be all over the place on AMD tomorrow. So really good, very fun, mega neat. I hope you're all ready for AMD. I mean, that was a great, super obvious spot to lock in some profits today. Here's the gap down pre-market, and this is going to be so much fun tomorrow. I cannot wait. It's going to be great. I'm going to have to take a sleeping pill or go bike for 4 hours up hills. Either way, I don't know how I'm going to get to sleep tonight. But that gap down, very pretty. It's going to be really, really exciting tomorrow. So earnings is here. And from a day trade perspective, it'll be great. From a swing trade perspective, wait it out, give it a day or two. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure, perfect wave structure. And it's now going to have like a little bit of an ABC. So give it some time. And if you are familiar with options, the time to get into an option trade was yesterday or before market close, get into like a covered call or a collar or a bear call spread. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. But there's gonna be a little bit of selling on AMD tomorrow for day trades. Visa also gap down. Again, guys, there's not many stocks they're propping up the market right now. There's not. It's really interesting to see. It's just a few. Visa gap down, open below this candle. That's kind of, I mean, obviously from a day trade perspective, it's a little bit bearish, but Visa, spy it back down at 193 or 189. Visa is a no-brainer, like unbreakable basket. So buy low, sell high, nothing overly special. It's going pretty sideways. You could get maybe into an options iron condor or something. Earnings is over, but from a day trade perspective, it was probably nice, but I don't have much else to talk about on Visa from a swing trade. Block, aka Square, gapping up a little bit post-market for some reason. Don't know why, but I might sell me a covered call tomorrow on Block if I can get some good premium. I did buy some more shares the other day, bought 4 more shares. So my cost basis is still horribly high, but it's dwindling. It's about 111 right now. And trading up with PayPal, says Steven. It's a possibility. We'll look at PayPal next. So yeah, I might get into a covered call on Square just to capture some earnings premium if there is some premium. There probably isn't a lot, so I don't want to get called away. I mean, this thing was at 140 back in March. It's crazy how low it is. Absolutely crazy. This, by the way, was so much fun trading bearish. Again, if you like money, that was a really good time on Square. It's worth watching. Earnings are around the corner. I think it's also worth accumulating. Buy low, sell high. Be patient. It's going to take forever and a day to come back, but this is a good asset, good stock at a good price. Buy it low enough, hold it long enough, and I think you should be fine. Oh, PayPal. There we go. Starting the recovery. PayPal starting the recovery. It's up 11%. That'll be interesting. Oh, wow. Yeah, nice gap. Well, that'll probably be on the day trade list tomorrow if I had to guess, but beautiful. Again, another one to accumulate. This is a no-brainer down here. It's still gonna be a no-brainer tomorrow. It'll gap up. It'll probably fade a little bit. Let me see what moving averages are in the way. Yeah, the 20 EMA on the weekly is around 93. So it could retest in the 95-ish, 93-ish, buy a little bit of a retest. But this one's starting to slowly make its recovery. And it needed to. This is the most obvious buying spot on PayPal, guys. I mean, long term, right? Slowly tiptoeing in. Worst case scenario. But yeah, really nice gap. Good move. Interesting to see what happens. I'm gonna try to sell some calls on my Square shares and PayPal. I'll get into a little bit of a collar on PayPal tomorrow. Keeping a close eye on that one. Peloton up 10% today. Hasn't gone to zero yet. So keep an eye on this one to do for a short squeeze. There's a lot of random short squeezes that are starting to pop here. And Peloton is one of them. So just watch out for that. This thing is coming back. It's going to try to come back from the dead, but I do think it eventually goes to zero. Very, very weird, that story. But man, what a head and shoulders pattern. What an absolute drop. This thing got totally swashbuckled. However, I do think it could short squeeze up to 16. Not tomorrow or anything. I'm just saying it at some point. So, keep it on the watch list because it's not dead. Nokia, I don't even know why this is on the list. Nokia has been doing the same thing that Nokia has been doing since 2006. So it's been trading. Yeah, I was exaggerating. Since 2011, it's been doing the same thing for 12 years. It trades between 450 and 550. Buy it at 450, sell it at 550. Buy low, sell high. Yawn. DSG. I probably typed something in wrong. Not a ticker. I don't know what DSG was supposed to be. Sorry. DE. Deere and Company. Now, this is a fun one. Very, very interesting price action here on Deere and Company. And long-term basis, I mean, again, we did make a new low. We did retest, and we are retesting this old support and resistance. We are hitting the 100 simple on a weekly chart. If we have an epic failure, this would be such a cool spot for it to happen. I'm not saying it will, and I don't think it necessarily will. But again, if we're going to get a really good breakdown in the general market, this would be such a very, very unique spot for it to occur. And I think that is certainly possible. So we'll see what happens on DE. A little bit of an evening star reversal. The only thing I would do on it, most likely right now, is get into a bear call spread, 370, 380, right before earnings, or maybe right after earnings. And that would be my trade on DE. Hilton, worldwide, wide. Had a great gap and go on earnings, gapped above a lot of pivots. Really, really interesting open there. Weekly chart, it's above the 100. It's also retesting the neckline of Head and Shoulders. For what it's worth, I don't know. Great company long term, not going anywhere. This is one of those no brainers that I said to buy during COVID. I mean, Hilton's not going anywhere. They got that cash flow. Right, Hector? They got that real estate money. So they're gonna be just fine. Yeah, I don't have any actual swing trade on it other than this is a beautiful pennant pattern, and it could pop out of here and run up to 135. You could catch a quick little gain. If you've been watching it, and if you requested it, that's probably what I would do, is just watch this one and eyeball it for a nice little gap or a good breakout up into 135. JP Morgan, again, the biggest financial institution on planet Earth, essentially. The market's rampaging higher, and JP Morgan can't go up with raising interest rates. I just don't feel like this is a good signal. Anyway, can it go lower? Absolutely. Can it go higher? Of course. I don't have any trade on JP Morgan. I don't have any position on it right now myself. But if I were doing positions on it, I'd probably short pullbacks because the overall trend is, well, bearish and it's been weak. Or if I didn't short pullbacks, I would just try to buy it as low as I can and hold on to it for as long as possible, because it is a depressed asset. They're not going anywhere for a very long time. I would just prefer to buy it around 99. Talk about a tough stock to back trade, man. JP Morgan in 2008 was tough. It was not as easy as you'd think it would have been. So trade down to the 100 simple could be a great spot to buy. I don't have any position on it. Be careful, be cautious. Buy low, sell high, but short term, short to rip. JD.com. So JD, good bullish candle today. Again, every time I look at this one, I think the exact same thing. It's just sideways. It's in between the 200 and the 100 on the weekly, and it's in between the 100 and 200 on a daily. Iron Condor, put sale. Bear call spread, Iron Condor, covered call, something. That's really it. Sideways, play it sideways. That's all I have on this. SPWR, beautiful gap. We looked at this one in the morning day trading room before market open, and it did have a scrumdiddlyumptious run up higher. Very, very nice bullish gap and go. Some nice 10 EMA plays, and this is unique New York, and I do like the gap and I like the play. We're gonna come back and look at this tomorrow, and if it still looks as good as it looks now, we will buy a pullback on that officially. See if we can catch a little bit of a run up. This one had some interesting chart patterns on SunPower. Yeah, good gap, good volume, good move, good looking trends. I'll come back and look at it tomorrow during Energy Wednesday, and we'll just see if I want to get into a little bit of a pullback on that one. And that's that. Tap down 10%. Another really good bearish gap and go today. So this thing opened and just got absolutely slaughtered. So here's the unfortunate part. I kind of knew that was likely going to happen. I didn't even put that on my radar because I figured with the way that the shares work on cores and like the low liquidity, they don't have tons and tons of super active trading on this one. I figured it's just going to flush one direction or another, and I'm going to miss the entire trade. So yeah, cores opened and just got absolutely wrecked. Strong bear gap and go. Just got hosed. So if you're looking at buying cores, I mean, who's not going to be buying cores? Long term, probably at $50. Accumulation station. Do it slow, do it steady, but only if you like silver bullets and only if the mountains are blue. But that was a very, very nice gap and go today for day trades. You just wouldn't be able to catch it. My boy Jay got 3 R's on puts on cores. Good for you, man. Very, very well done. Sell some and try to hold the rest. All right. And last but not least is Uber. Uber with a retest gap and good volume. Absolutely demoralistically bad earnings. in every way possible, earnings were not good. However, we did come down to a support and we are bouncing. This is a retest gap. I do like today's hammer, and I like the volume, and I like the open, and I like a lot of it. So what we're going to do is just wait for 2 or 3 days for it to kind of retest, and then we'll play it bullish. This is a nice gap. So we'll keep an eye on this one. I dig it. I'm interested and intrigued to see what it does, and I'll put it on the list for clear this. Okay. Put on the list for Thursday. All right. We're going to look at 2 more stocks, and then I'll get your list for today. What I want to do is just review the day trades that we played on Amazon and Tesla, just to see you guys see how we played it. So Amazon, we got extremely lucky. Harry Potter. I don't know if you guys pray, but if you prayed to Harry Potter today, he helped us a little bit on a day trade on Amazon. So Harry Potter, look at this guy. 2 penny save on the stop loss. This was a day trade that I set up officially in the day trading room. Got triggered in, got 2 pennies away from getting stopped out. Came all the way back. Wasn't really able to move my stop. I was at breakfast with Matt DeLong. It came back down and then came back up, and I was able to move my stop to here. And then I exited at 137 for a very, very small win. That was the bullish trade on Amazon. Now, if I come over here, just so that we can practice this strategy, type in a 4 into the chat pane. If you can see a little bit of a bull candle closing below the 10 EMA. Beautiful. Getting a lot of 4s. Fantastic. So the short would have been there with a stop loss there. And Johnny did do that trade, I believe, in the day trading room. And so if you were there, you were able to snag and bag a beautiful trade. Tesla today also had an absolute banger. Just a scorcher of a setup. One that Ferdinand the Pigeon, one eye, one wing on dial-up internet wearing New Balance sneakers could have made money on Tesla today. You had a bear candle closing below the 10, bear candle closing below the 10. None of those would have triggered. So you're waiting, you're waiting, you're waiting. You have another bear candle closing above the 10. Again, doesn't go higher. Waiting, waiting, waiting. We recover. We get higher. We break above this resistance. And then boom, nice, clean, easy, perfect bear candle. Inside candle, closing above the 10 EMA. Entry here. Stop loss there. What an absolute legend setup. So if you guys played that, I mean, that was, I don't know, the easiest trade I've ever seen in my life. Close to it. So boom sauce. Yeah. Don't need tons of those. And we're battling the 200 simple on a weekly chart again. So we're going to keep a pretty close eye on Tesla. It is up 9%. Sorry, 9 points or 1% from the close of yesterday. Kind of hanging around the 200 simple. We'll see if it does anything specific, but we'll keep a close eye on it. We'll find out from there. And then last but not least for today's list is Apple. Apple had a small little gap down today. And again, I did say yesterday that this gap will fill by the end of the month. I think it will. And today's gap was pretty interesting. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on Apple. I do have a bear call spread on it. We'll see what happens on dividends. But tomorrow and the next 2 or 3 days are going to be very interesting. I'm super thrilled and excited and very honored to have you all in the free week. Make sure to invite some friends, by the way. I hope you all know that we have a really, really good affiliate campaign. I mean, team, here's the truth. If you help me make money ever on anything, I'm going to pay you, right? That's it. So we got 4 videos from our affiliate master, Craig Levine. He makes a lot of money every month just promoting RLT and how awesome we are. And yeah, if you got friends, tell them to join. It's free all week long. And if they ever buy anything, I'll pay you a little bit of money. Why not? That seems easy, right? It seems easy. It's because it is. So ladies and gentlemen, what do you want me to look at tomorrow? Tomorrow is Energy Wednesday. Happy to look at any stocks that you all request. Hit them and hit them hard. Brian says, thank you. You're welcome, brother. Thanks for being here, man. LUB, Amazon, Southwest Airlines, Costco, Best Buy. EPAM, Chevron, Home Depot, AT&T, Dutch Brothers, Qualcomm, okay, Target, Neo, Baba. Got love on the list already. Team, I'm going to be here tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, all week long from the 5 to 6 Eastern price, time, and location. Appreciate you all, folks. You are ultimately cool and absolutely epic. I appreciate you. Thank you. And until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye.